And welcome back to the third part of this tutorial. Okay, what I'm going to do next is when I come to the student record here, I want to be able to click on this data in here and everything should be displayed in here once the reset is enabled and these three other buttons are working accordingly. So let's exit out there, and I'm going to go to the design view. Okay, I will then go straight to the student record here and select this DataGridVeiw. Let's go to the property of that DataGridVeiw, and I want to use, you see it here where we have cell click. Okay, I'm going to double click on that. That is the event I want to use. So I will start by entering try, and right underneath here I'm going to add cache exception there. So I'm going to say the exception is an EX. There we go, and enter curly braces. Now I will add a message box here just to handle the whatever error that I might run into. Dot show ex dot message. So that would be my error handler. Now up here within the try, what I want to try and achieve is enter the name of every single component. You see every component that I have in here. Where's the design? All of these components that I have in here, I'm going to start with the student ID. So let's go back in here. So let's say txt student ID dot text, that will be equals to DataGridVeiw1 dot selection selected roles. Okay, the selected role is going to be row 0 dot cells, and on my very first cell the first one is 0. No, that should be the square bracket. There we go. Dot value dot to string and enter parentheses. That's the very first one. So when I click on that, this should display. Okay, I'm going to copy this and I will use it for the following. So the next one is going to be first name. Change that to first name. We have surname here, and after the surname I have an address, and then here I have gender. That's a ComboBox, right? So I will have to change the value for each of the cell. The value here is 1, this one is 2, 3, 4. Let's add some more. I think I need 3 more for that very side. It's 8 in total. Now here I'm going to enter DOB, date of birth. Then we have mobile phone here, mobile, and here we have the email. There we go. So this will be 5, 6 and 7. There, all taken care of. So the next one I want to take care of now is going to be for the courses. So right here I've taken care of all of these. I want to take care of 1, 2. Okay, because for my database I haven't included faculty, dean of faculty, program leader, or course tutor. If I run it now, let me run it so you guys see what I'm talking about before we continue with the others. So if I go back to my student records here and I click on that column there, okay, now you guys get the whole idea. I'm going to add 1, 2 and all of these ones and these ones. So I will leave out the guidance details. You guys can always add it on yours if you want to. So let's go back into my codes. Double click on that. That is it right here. So the next one is going to be another ComboBox, and that's here. So let's change this one to a ComboBox CBO course. Then we have TXT course code there. So that's going to be 8, 9 there. Okay, now the next one here is going to be for the student accommodation. So let's copy this. It's a ComboBox. So 1, 2, 3. I have 5 of those anyway. They are ComboBox. So this one will be 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. And this ComboBox, the very first one here, is going to be known as home student. Then followed by overseas student. Right. After that we have accommodation. There we go. And we then have here, why do we have this error? Accommodation. What did I call that very component? Let's go back to the component and see what is called here. Yeah, okay, there's an A there instead of O. Let's change the name properly. Alright, there, that's the right spelling. Okay, let's go back to my codes. I think I may have to, yeah, that's fine now. Now after that, the next one here is going to be exchange. Just like the full details should have been exchange program, but I just call it exchange. Then here that will be scholarship. There, all done. So the next one is going to be the number up and down. So let's come down here. I'm just going to copy all of this. Let's copy that. Come right down here. NUD, yeah, that's the first one. Paste. That will be 15. NUD, paste, that's 16. NUD, Master of Arts, paste, 17. NUD, Master of Science, that's 18. NUD, that'll be the PhD then. There we go, paste, and that will be 19 there. Okay, the next one that we want to take care of now is we want to take care of the modules. Here are the modules there. Okay, and the first one is called module 1. Look at it. So I'm going to grab that, go back into my code. Module 1, that's 20. Copy that, paste that in here, make that 20. Okay, we have 8 in total, so that is 8 of those in total. Paste. Okay, I'm going to change this one to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then here will be 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right, and the next one is TXT score. TXT score 1. Grab all of these, paste. I have 8 of those as well, so let's copy this and change, and just change it around. Right, so this is score number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 8. Alright, so this will be 28, 29. Remember, this is in form of an array, and this is 30. That is why the first value starts from 0. We have 31 here, 32, 33, 34, 35. We need 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. So this one is 36, 37, and 38. In total, that's 39, like I said. There we go, 38. And this is going to be known as LBL date. LBL, this one, LBL ranking, and this one is LBL total score. There we go, and that is it, all done for the cell click. So have a good look at the lines of code for the cells click. Bring it down and down. There, all done. So let's save that and run it. Okay guys, so if I come into the student record, I should be able to just click here, and all of the data that I have in here should populate every single component there. Okay, the only one that will be empty will be those 3. So let's just click on that and go in here. There we go, look at it. And these 3 are empty. These ones that I don't have on the database, they are all empty. Okay, that is fine. Now let's take care of our resets, then we can proceed on to these other 2. Now for the resets, go back in here, double click on the reset button. I'm going to use a for each so that I can easily take care of the resets. So let's say control C in panel 1 dot controls. So panel 1 that I'm referring to is this very panel here. Okay, so if I come in here now, you see that that's panel 1. So this one is panel 2, and this one right here at the far end here is panel number 3. Then we have panel 7. This should be panel 4, 5. Panel 6 is for my button, so I won't be dealing with that. So let's go back into my reset. Double click on the reset. So for panel number 1, enter curly braces. I'm going to use an if statement. If C is a text box, there we go. Okay, if it's a text box, all we just want you to do is just to clear it. Okay, let's say C dot clear. So we can just say C dot text equals clear. There, that's one method that we can use that clears it. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys two different methods. If I run it, let's run it and see. Now come in here, let's click on this to populate that and click on clear. There, that is it. The only one that is not clear is the gender, so we can take care of the gender in here as well. So we can just say CBO gender and just clear that. There we go. That should also take care of gender for us. So let's try that out again. Run. And there we go. Select that. There, clear or reset. There we go. You see that, guys? So that's what I want to achieve. I want to be able to just click on the button and clears it all. I'm going to copy this. That's for panel 1. Paste that in there. This is going to be for panel number 2. Panel 2. For panel 2, we have course. Yeah, we have course in there. There. Panel 2 is taken care of. So if I run it, run. And come in here. Click on that. Now, click on reset. There we go. Panel 2 is taken care of as well. But as for panel 2, I would like it to default back to select a course right there. Okay, so let's go back in there, and right here I'm just going to change that to select a course. There we go. That's fine. Now I said I was going to show you guys another method. So for panel 1 and 2, that's cool. Let's go for panel 3. On panel 3, changes to panel 3, I have a text box there, and I also have ComboBox on panel 3. So I'm going to change everything in here on panel 3 to, let's say, instead of just using c.clear, this is another method that you guys can use, specifying the object that we are working on. The object is a text object, as you guys can see, and in here I'm now going to specify c.clear. Okay, so just say dot clear. Let's see, does it have that? C dot, oh, close the bracket, dot clear. There, you either use c dot clear or c dot text equals clear, but you must enter parentheses in here and your semicolon. That is for panel number 3. Okay, and it works exactly the same way. So I'm going to delete this because that does not belong to panel 3. So let's try out panel 3, but before then we have ComboBox. I'm going to copy panel 3 again, paste that underneath here. We have ComboBox that we want to clear for panel number 3 as well. So let's just change the object to ComboBox there, and this object will be ComboBox as well. There we go, done. Okay, in the case of ComboBox, doesn't have the method clear, so we have to use text equals clear. There we go. So that should take care of panel number 3 with the ComboBox. So let's run that before we take care of the other 3 panels. Run. There we go. Now let's populate it. There. Reset. There we go. Look at that. That's cool. Okay, you see these ones, I would like it to default back to 0. Okay, I want zeros in there. So let's see, do I have 0 when it runs? No, there's no 0 when it runs. So yeah, there is 0. So let's default it back to 0. So when we click, that should default back to 0. So panel 3, yeah, panel number 3, I'm going to change this to text. You see, that is where the text come in handy. Paste that in there. Instead of clear, enter a 0 in there. Okay, now let's take care of panel number 4, 5 and 7. Panel 4 changes to 4. Panel number 5, paste, that is 5. Panel 7, and that is 7. Panel 4, we have ComboBox on panel 4, so let's get rid of this one. That should have been ComboBox. Select the one with ComboBox. ComboBox here, that's 4. Panel 5, we have numbers up and down. It's not a ComboBox we have in there, so I'm going to change the objects here to number, oh no, it's called numeric up and down. Yeah, 1, and add another one here, numeric up and down, and it always default back to 0. Why here panel number 4 is the default value is no, so enter a no in there. Now panel number 7, we have TextBox, and I think we have one DataGridVeiw there. No, one ComboBox. Now let's run it and see. Run. Now for panel 7 we need to take out the 0. We don't need the 0 here for panel 7. But if I clear the whole content on panel 7 here, zeros will be added. So reset, you see that? So let's get rid of that, and we need to find a way to clear this as well. So this one is called exit out. I think that one is called get rid of that 0, and that is called CBO, yeah, guidance dot clear. There we go, and that takes care of my reset. So take it from the top, reset button. Panel 1, 2, 3. Panel 3 again with the ComboBox, panel 4, panel 5, and panel number 7. The important thing is you must know the objects that you want to clear. Okay, I have 3 different objects: TextBox, number up and down, ComboBox. So let's run it one more time. So that is my clear taken care of, guys. Populate it and click on reset. There we go. Okay, now let's take care of result. Exit out, come right here, double click on results. With the results, I'm going to declare an array int. So that array, I'm going to call it unit. The unit equals new integer. Let's make that maybe 9. Okay, 9 is fine. And enter semicolon here. There. Now unit 0. Unit 0 is going to house whatever I have inside. It's called number 1. But since each of these components that you guys are looking at only accepts string character, I'm going to have to convert it. So there's a standard method to convert, so I'm just going to enter convert dot to string, no, dot to int 32. And what are we converting? We're converting the data inside score dot text box. So that's the very first one taken care of. So I'm going to copy that and change that for the next one. 2. There we go. So this is going to be score number 2. TXT score 2, score 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we have 8. Why this one is array always start from 0. That's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. All done. Now that all of that is done, what I want to do next is I will now want to use an if statement to determine the value. So if you enter anything greater than 100, I want the system to default it back to 0. So let's do this first. Well, before that, I'm going to add up everything in here. So let's say come right down here, paste that and just change that to 8. 8 equals, we want to add up everything that we have in here. That's 2 we have now. So copy that. That's 4, 6, 8. Let's put it all in a bracket. Okay, this one will be 0, 0, 1 here. 2, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Enter semicolon there. So whatever the total is stored inside 8. Now let's store the total straight into LBL total score. LBL total score dot text equals, we then need to convert it back to string. Dot convert to string And what are we converting to string? We're converting this to string. Grab that, drop it here, semicolon here. That is it, taken care of. Okay, now that that is done, see underneath here, let's do one thing before I proceed. I'm going to use an if statement. If unit 8 is greater than equals to 700, and I want ranking, okay, LBL ranking dot text equals first class. Okay, that's a first class student there. That is my very first condition. Else if, grab this, else if it's 600 greater than equals to 600, we change that to second class upper, second dot I class upper. Alright, the next one is second class lower. So with the second class lower, let's make that 500 and above. 500 and above. So this is second class lower. Now here we have 400. Yeah, 400 will make that. That's 400 here. And we make that third class. Okay. Now the next condition is going to be 300. Whatever we have in here, if it's 300, that will become certificate of higher education. Right, then the last condition is, let's say 299. That is going to be a fail. There. So those are my conditions in place. Now finally, before I do any other thing, you see these very calendar there, and now I want that calendar to tell us the day of the award. So in here, underneath here, I'm going to say LBL date, there we go, dot text equals month calendar 1 dot select start dot, I'm going to use this format, dot to long date string. There, that is it, taken care of. Alright, now we need one more thing, but before that, let's try out these lines of code. Have a good look at it. I'm going to come in here. Okay, you see all of this, because it's already disabled, I'm going to select it all, go to the properties and enable them. Where is it? Enable, so that we can change the data in there. There, run. Okay, if we come in here now, we can enter whatever value we want to enter, and there we go. Then click on result. There, that is it right there. Now the other problem is we can enter that in there. When we click on that, that is invalid. Okay, that's more than 100. So we need to find a way to take care of that. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of the third part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.